Trump took more questions from the press in his first few hours in office than Biden did in his first week. Ari Fleischer joining me now. What's different about Trump's relationship to the media this time around, Ari?
Oh, everything is different. He feels he's in command. He feels like things are going well. He's always been open, available, and communicative with the press. But I think there's just a sense that he feels that he's on the top of his game and the press has backed off. I think that's the biggest thing, Stuart. When he came into office 8 years ago, it was all collusion. It was Steele dossier. Everything was just being hurled at him. They're actually treating him like a regular, normal president now.
Trump's White House has rolled out a new social media account. It's got the Rapid Response Account of the Trump White House. That's what it's called. And it plans to hold fake news accountable. What do you make of that, Ari?
I love it. We are in a different era, Stuart. We're really in a time now where people in power, particularly the president, but all politicians, can communicate with people directly in a way they couldn't before. The mainstream media's strangle on the public is broken. It started to break in Trump's first term, and it's really gone now. I think the 2024 election showed that. This is an opportunity for Trump, for newsmakers everywhere, for people in corporate America to tell their own story, to build their own lists of followers, whether it's social media or podcasts or influencers, in addition to the mainstream media. We're in a very different world, and it's what you make of it now.
I'm just seeing this pop up, Ari. CNN anchor Jim Acosta announces he's leaving the liberal network. He was the guy he was very contentious in the first week of Trump's first presidency. What do you make of him leaving CNN now?
Yeah, first of all, he is the epitome of how the media in 2017 went off the rails. He was not there to report. He was not there to tell CNN viewers what happened. He was there to challenge Donald Trump and to give his opinion with the blessing of his editors. That's how adversarial reporting was during Trump's first term. That's what I mean about they're not acting like that now. They're being normal reporters, at least for a little while. CNN wanted to move him to a midnight show. I suspect he didn't want to take the move to a midnight show. And it's a sign of how Donald Trump is changing things. It's also a sign of how much trouble CNN and the mainstream media are in if they follow their old formula.
I think you're right on both counts. Ari Fleischer, thanks for being with us this morning. Big day, and we appreciate you being here. Thanks, Ari.